Hello and welcome to Not Gambling Advice, the baseball betting stream on the Just Baseball Network. It is Friday, August something, and I'm ready to roll, and I'm ready to deliver you some MLB winners. Loaded show. 32 picks, 7 people coming on. We have a legendary Ben Carey video. We got the whole 9, and I got 3 picks myself, plus a prize picks entry. But it remains not gambling advice. I'm very excited for today. We're going to end the week on a bang after a stinker on Wednesday. No stream yesterday. I didn't even give out any MLB picks yesterday. But I also have an NFL preseason pick for you. I sent it out to my subs. I'm not even going to put it on Twitter because I want to give it to the people that are supporting. So again, just want to thank you guys all. I know it's the dog days of summer. I know it's sunny out, but I do want to extend an appreciation to everybody who has come in and listened to the stream this season. Really helps us out. Just as long as you're happy, healthy, I appreciate you guys again. And all of this is brought to you by the Pikkit Sports App. As you guys know, that's where our leaderboard is tracked. And the winner of this competition will win World Series tickets. In second place, will get a $500 cash prize. The link is in the episode description. And by episode description, I mean the Twitch chat. I'm used to talking on the podcast. Regardless, loaded stream ahead of us. 3 picks, prize picks entry, home run picks, and then we got 32 different ones. Let's get straight after it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do a quick recap of yesterday or Wednesday, 2 days ago. I mean, the tinfoil hat didn't do shit. It was always the Marlins team total over, right? They hit Verlander. That's what I thought was going to happen. I did not expect the Astros to put up 5 on Jesus Luzardo. That's on me. Jorge Lopez, thanks for keeping it close for us. Let's recap the game itself. All right, so we got Jesus Luzardo taking the mound, and I'm like, okay, I'm excited. Let's see what Luzardo's got. Bang. Early nuke for Bregman. What about Bregman? Early shit. I'm watching the game on my walk home as I normally do with the 6:40 p.m. games, and I'm just watching a legit home run derby take place before we even get to bat. And it wasn't some freak hits. It wasn't some bad bounces. No, it was legit nuke shots. Right? I mean, that wasn't ideal. That wasn't ideal at all. But, I mean, the game was over anyway because it's not like we were scoring 5 or 6. We needed those 2 runs. A little shot on the left. A little double. Making it close here. And then just the chains broke off and we got absolutely pummeled. Jorge Lopez, as if, dude, you were so bad. And that was the end of it. You know, it was so funny. Because normally, like, you know, when you lose a bet, right? And I put this on Twitter, like, would you rather lose a bet? And answer in chat, would you rather lose a bet like in the first inning like that? Or would you rather lose in a heartbreaker? I'd rather lose early so I can move on with my day. And that's what it seemed like, right? And then the Marlins just battled back, made it a 6-5 game. And I'm like, oh, I have to watch this, don't I? And then 12-5. And I was like, okay, finally, I hate this game. Hopefully we can make it back today again. Like I said, I got 3 picks, prize picks entry. Let's get straight into it, Producer Cohen. Why not us? And of course, this is brought to you by Prize Picks and BetMGM. Y'all know the codes. Just baseball. All right. I say we start in St. Louis. Let's start in St. Louis. All right. So the pitching matchup is Joey Lucchesi versus Zach Thompson. If we've learned anything about betting on the Cardinals this season, do not trust the bullpen. However, I think I can trust the Cardinals to hit a lefty, which is funny because they barely mustered up anything against Quintana yesterday, and maybe I just have a sick, twisted brain, but it makes me love this spot even more. So Joey Lucchesi and his 6.87 expected ERA was a direct fade candidate before he got sent down to the minors earlier this season. We remember from May, April, when we faded Joey Lucchesi and made plenty of coin, and then he got sent down to the minors, so he kind of got out. I think his last start in big league for a big league team with the Mets was May 13th. I assume he's getting called up for a couple of reasons. For one, he's had some solid starts in the minors, but we'll talk about that in a second. And the Mets are just out of pitchers, right? Because Kodai Senga came over from the MPB. They really want to do a 6-man rotation, is not to completely waste him. So all they got is Lucchesi at this point. However, Arm and we dove into the data this morning, and these good starts by Lucchesi in Double-A, they don't inspire much confidence. So what happened, right? A couple of good outings, only a couple of runs, 4, 5, 6 innings. But what did he do? He threw 70% fastballs in Double-A because he could never land his off-speed, right? Threw 32 off-speed pitches, 19 of them for balls. Good luck throwing 70% fastballs at 89 miles an hour against the St. Louis Cardinals. And maybe in his first start, back up on the road, he fully finds it and shoves. I'm willing to bet against that. The Cardinals had a small blip in the radar against Quintana yesterday, but they've been fantastic hitting lefties. They're rocking a 125 WRC plus this month against lefties, 25% above league average, and a 116 WRC plus in August. Against lefties at home this season, the Cardinals have a 128 WRC plus, ranking 4th in baseball to the Dodgers, the Braves, and the Rangers. This is still a prolific offense against left-handed pitching. On the flip side, we have Zach Thompson and his 3.73 expected ERA. He's been impressive for the Cardinals, so they started to stretch him out into 4-inning spurts. He's thrown back-to-back 4-inning, 1-run outings against the Royals and the Rockies. Now, the Mets have faced a couple of lefties since the trade deadline, and they have a 116 WRC+. However, the only one they really had success against was Drew Smyly. Like, they've had a couple of home runs against bad lefty bullpen arms, but primarily this is not a good team against left-handed pitching. Look at this from Zach Thompson. He's not that bad. Look at this. Shrek. Look at this. Look at this pitch from Zach Thompson right here. That's a good pitch. That's on the black. Whoo. He's got a good curveball. Look at this. That's 95 on the corner. You tell me that's a bad pitcher? I don't think so. Right? So who was the other lefties that the Mets faced? Cole Reagans, Bailey Falter. They got blanked by both of them. I don't know how they've have a 116 WRC plus because they've walked a lot. We know that WRC plus loves when you walk. It's not going to do it for me. But even if the offenses are a push, which they're not, but let's say, right, both have a 116 WRC plus in the month of August against lefties. Thompson is the better pitcher than Lucchesi by a sizable margin. The Cardinals got to face 2 lefties in a row, and Lucchesi's issues in the minors are very concerning. I'm not saying laying the juice, right? I'm not saying bet at all. But 1.05 units to win 0.75, I like those round numbers. I think the Cardinals' first five money line should be closer to minus 165. So I bet the first five money line at minus 140. Excuse me. And that's the first pick of the day. How are we feeling about that one, folks? We like that one? Oh, it's a little bit of a lighter stream so far. Do you have an NFL model, Pete? No NFL models. Right? It's all in my head. Losing immediately tempts me to chase so honestly. Heartbreakers. We can't chase. Heartbreaking losses make me lose sleep. Couldn't agree with you more. I'm just not putting my money on the Cardinals. That's totally fine. I understand that. I don't blame you one bit. That's why I'm not taking the Cardinals to win the full game like at the end. I ain't dealing with these blow-ups. But I'll take them early in the matchup that makes the most sense for them. But I get what you're saying. Let's go to game number 2. Rockies. The pitching matchup is Michael Kopech versus Peter Lambert. Now, we really like to play this spot when the matchup is right. A team traveling into Colorado amid a Rockies homestand, right? It takes the road team a little bit of time to adjust while the Rockies, they're ready to roll. And we know the Rockies are terrible, right? But the White Sox are also horrible. Peter Lambert and Michael Kopech, not that different, right? The ERAs are slightly different, right? Kopech 4.58, Peter Lambert 5, whatever. But the expected ERAs are basically the same thing. Kopech 5.64 expected ERA, Lambert 5.68. Not good pitchers on either side. In the last month, the Rockies ranked last in Major League Baseball against right-handed pitching. Terrible, right? White Sox ranked 27th. However, WRC Plus is, of course, a park-adjusted stat. So looking at the Rockies' WRC Plus when they go on the road is very important. At home, not as much because the Rockies get no credit for hitting at home, right? WRC Plus is going to dock them because it's park-adjusted, and it's the easiest place to hit in Major League Baseball by a country mile. If we look at OPS, The Rockies have a 717 OPS at home in that time span. White Sox 692 on the road. Since August began, Rockies OPS rises to 801, while the White Sox falls to 670. Eloy Jimenez is day-to-day, so if he plays, he won't be 100%. Kopech, and this is the key, he allows a lot of hard contact, sitting in the 26th percentile in hard hit rate and the 12th percentile in barrel rate. The Rockies, weirdly, are hitting the ball really hard, ranking third in hard hit rate against righties in the last 30 days. A pitcher who is allowing a lot of hard contact facing a team who hits the ball hard in Coors Field sounds like a horrible matchup to me. Now, I'd prefer to involve the bullpens because the White Sox are not used to playing at Coors Field, and the Rockies bullpen is fully rested. Now, the White Sox, they gutted their bullpen, right? No Kendall Graveman, no Kenyon Middleton, and no Joe Kelly. They leave a lot to be desired back there. And remember what we talked about Aaron Bummer, most unlucky reliever in Major League Baseball. The White Sox defense is terrible. I have no reason not to believe that continues. Also, if you just look at earned run props, Michael Kopech, minus 105 to go over 3.5 earned runs. Peter Lambert, minus 160 to go under 3.5 earned runs. I'm not overthinking this one. This is a very good spot for the Royals. I make the Rockies minus 130 on the money line. So I would play them up to minus 115. And as you know, if you're just hearing this for the first time and you're on BetMGM right now, the Rockies gained a little bit of steam, right? And I'd be a little bit nervous if everyone in the world was on them, but it doesn't seem the case, right? The White Sox are still getting the largest part of the handle. But now the Rockies are minus 120 on the money line, right? I have 1.1 units on the Rockies at minus 110. I would just keep the same unit size. But again, minus 120, it's a little bit expensive for my taste. Maybe just lower it down to a unit. Don't lay the juice. We don't trust GOATs, Gallegos, and Palante. No, we do not. No, we do not. No, we do not. All right, let's keep it going. So I'm playing the Rockies. I think they win this game. Because if you're going to take the Rockies, at least take them against a poverty team like the White Sox. Last game of the night, Tampa Bay Rays versus the Los Angeles Angels at 9-something at night. It's a late night piece. It's Erasmo Ramirez versus Tyler Anderson. And you're probably thinking to yourself, crazy, I'm taking the Angels against the Rays when the Angels are horrible. But I thought about it. So my guess is the Angels looked at this series against the Rays and are sitting here thinking to themselves, we have to win this game. They face Eflin tomorrow, then Glasnow on Sunday. They have to jump on Erasmo Ramirez to stay even within striking distance of the playoff picture. I believe right now we are buying the Angels at their lowest point. Nobody believes in them anymore, and the Rays are still the Rays. We have two pitchers with an ERA over 5, and the game is a pick'em. I think it's very telling. Now, the Rays are in a tailspin against lefties, right? We're not just taking it because the Angels need to win this game. In the last 30 days, they have a 69 WRC plus against lefties. Nice. They rank 28th out of 30 teams, only ahead of the Giants and the Guardians. They faced Tyler Anderson today, who isn't very good, but is better than his 5.28 ERA would indicate because he has a 4.78 expected ERA. None of the Rays bats have seen him before, which is key and good for Anderson because what does he do? He's in the 90th percentile of hard hit rate and very high up in average exit velocity, right? He thrives on soft contact and getting hitters to chase outside the zone. When you haven't seen him before, that's when he can be moderately effective. I'm not saying he's going to throw a gem, but I think something close to a quality start, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, maybe 5, is good enough to, I think, get us a win. Because Erasmo Ramirez on the other side is a complete fill-in. He hasn't been any good for the Rays so far, and the Angels have seen him before. Through 45 plate appearances against the Angels' current roster, Ramirez has surrendered a 3.08 opponent batting average, a 3.73 expected WOBA, and a 5.20 expected slug. 5.25 expected ERA is terrible, and he's only striking out about 11% of batters this year. The Angels aren't a horrible matchup for him, but they do have a 110 WRC plus against righties in the last month at home, right? This Angels offense has been horrible on the road, not at home. 110 WRC plus, which places them 10th in Major League Baseball during that span. Now, both bullpens are not very good. I'm not giving the Rays credit for having a good bullpen. Both are side by side in Sierra, right? And both had rest days. However, I do think the Angels are going to use their best arms in this one, considering this feels as must-win as possible. Carlos Estevez, Reynaldo Lopez, Matt Moore, and Jose Siriano are all good enough to limit damage after Anderson exits the game. Did you really have to play the home run where they're down 16-7, Producer Con? They're not going to be down 16-7. It is Hunter Renfroe. And we got CJ Crone. Also, the model is obsessed with this one, making the Angels minus 158 on the money line, right? In Ballpark Pal. I wouldn't go that far, but I do make them minus 125 in this game. I think they have the better starter. There's no real edge in the bullpen, but they are hitting better against righties than the Rays are against lefties. I could go with the first 5, but I have more faith in the good Angels bullpen arms coming out because the Angels do not have a lot of good bullpen arms. They have like 3 of them. So the Angels bullpen gets docked because the bottom bullpen arms are horrific, right? And they'll put them in if we're losing, and then we're going to lose anyway, right? But if we get a lead, they're going to put in their best arms, and I have faith that the Angels end up winning this one out at minus 110. I don't think this one has moved. Yeah, it's still minus 110, so you're getting the same price that I got. Minus 110, Angels money line. Why not us? Prize picks time. Oh, the football bet. Yeah, I do. Do you have a graphic for it, by the way? Okay. So this is a simple one for me. I'm an Action Pro member. So basically I subscribe to all their systems. And I don't blindly tail a system unless I've seen it's been profitable and it's a good spot. But Bryce Young has not been playing a lot in the preseason. So we're going to get a lot of backup quarterbacks. And so what is the system, right? The system is, let me see if I can remember. Yes. So it's outdoor unders in the preseason. Very simple. And I don't necessarily know why it's so profitable. But the system is 161 and 109. What does that give you? A 61% win rate. I played a couple in the preseason last season and went 2-0 on these. And really the only time I played is when I don't believe in both offenses either. So this isn't a part of the competition. This is me just starting to get your NFL gears turning. All right? So outdoor preseason unders have been a cash cow. And I don't play them every time. I play them when the matchup makes sense, right? Don't think we're going to see Bryce Young. We won't see really any good quarterbacks in this one. I'm going to go with the under here, all right? That's the play. It's only for a half unit. We're just testing the waters. Nothing crazy.
I didn't see you PP things today, but I have a graphic.
Okay. He didn't see me put up the prize picks, but here it is. All right. So our first leg is Tyler Anderson over 5K. So the Rays, they strike out a lot against lefties. That's been the downfall. They have the 3rd highest strikeout rate against lefties, 28.5%, and they chase a lot. That's not what you want to do against Anderson, who nibbles outside the zone and wants you to chase his pitches. With the Rays' approach against lefties, I think Anderson does rack up the strikeouts. And I know he's at 5.5, choose towards the under on books. I think 5 is a very safe number. I think he gets 6. I think he's going to go a while today because I think he actually pitches pretty well. I don't think he's going to shove, but I think the strikeouts are going to be there. Now, the second leg is Charlie Blackmon over 1.5 bases. This one really caught my eye. Among all Rockies hitters, Blackmon has the best odds to go over 1.5 bases. That might not sound like much on the Rockies, but considering that Nolan Jones, Brendan Rodgers, and others have been pretty prolific in these spots, Kopech doesn't discriminate against righties or lefties. He gets bombed by both. So, right, it's not about taking a lefty or a righty, but it's about the spot for Blackmon. And when he gets hot and he's seeing the ball, he's actually a good hitter. So Kopech is going to give him fastballs, sliders, changeups, right? What's the matchup that Charlie Blackmon thrives in? It's not against lefties. It's not on the road. He's bad against sinker ballers, bad against curveballs, not very good against cutters. What are the only pitches he hits? You guessed it. Fastballs, sliders, changeups. 10-run value against a fastball, 1-run value against a changeup, 3-run value against sliders. And now he's facing a righty at home where he's been settled. The odds are screaming at us. And then he gets a bad White Sox bullpen whenever Kopech does come out. But I think he's going to be prolific early on. I'm thinking an early double. I'm thinking maybe he goes yard today. I like Anderson, and I like Charlie Blackmon in my prize picks entry. How we feeling, ladies and gents? We got a lot of picks. If you could flash them up all on the screen for me, producer Cowan. So we got the Cardinals. We got the Rockies. We got the Angels. We got the under in preseason. And we got this prize picks entry. Loaded slate. Loaded slate today. Now let's pick a home run bet. Let's go. Let's look at this home run zone. And to be quite honest, I really think Charlie Blackmon goes yard today. But let's pick somebody different. Who's weird? Nobody really weird. I mean, Billy McKinney down there against frickin' Brian Bayo is definitely fascinating. Kevin Biggio is kind of weird, but he's at the way bottom. I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to go with my gut. Give me Charlie Blackmon to hit a home run today. What are his odds? Because I think he also has suspiciously low home run odds. Let's see. Scroll. Where are you? Home runs. So Vaughn has better home run odds. Elias Diaz does. Luis Robert. And that's it. Give me Charlie Blackmon to hit a home run today. That's my pick. And we got plenty of picks, don't we, producer Count? Who's up first in the queue? Oh, we got Colby. If I'm not mistaken, are you coming off a damn sweep on this thing?
Yeah, it was a 1-0, but we'll take that. Well, the day before that was 3-0, so I just been winning.
4 straight. Let's flash that leaderboard for us, producer Conan. Let's look where Colby's at. So we gotta get him out. Oh, we're above Arm Layton by a lot now. Now we're going for the Cali wager line, and then next up is Nick, who we haven't even seen in a minute.
We could get there today, Pete. I have 4 picks.
4 picks. Let's just start with your first one.
Let's go. Oh, we're starting with a hammer. Pete, I'm going to war with JP France, and I've already gone to war, but you know what? You lose some battles. But if you keep fighting, you win eventually. And today, these pesky Mariners that are so freaking hot right now, a 135 WRC plus the last 30 days, they are getting to JP France. Finally, he cannot keep getting away with it. A 2.74 ERA on the year, a 4.32 xERA. Like, you can't even tell me that that's not going to normalize. It is. It happens to everybody. It really does. Like, give it enough time, it happens. And he's not even getting ground balls. Like, if he was like a 55% ground ball rate guy, I could go, you know what? All right, he just gets out of everything because he gets double play balls, and he's just one of those guys like Framber that just gives up a ton of hard contact, doesn't even matter. But he only has a 44% ground ball rate. Like, that's league average. I don't care.
That's 1% above league average, right?
Something like that. I don't know. It's near league average. So yeah, these Mariners have been hot. But on the other side, Pete, Bryce Miller, by the numbers, I don't think it's fair to characterize Bryce Miller as a 4 ERA pitcher this year. Because you dive in, he had 2 stinkers back to back. He gave up 6 earned runs to the Boston Red Sox. He gave up 6 earned runs to the Minnesota Twins. That was like 3 starts ago. In his last 10 starts, you take those 2 starts away, he has an ERA in the low 2s. Like, he does not give up runs. 0 earned runs, 1 earned run, 2 earned runs. He doesn't do 6 earned runs a lot. So I think that the Mariners here should not be an underdog at all against JP France. And I think that they are going to keep this hot streak going.
I can get behind it. I'm wearing a Mariners hat. I would love to see a Mariners dub today. I would love to see a Mariners. Oh, they're plus 135 now.
Really? Wow. Put more on it.
The thing is, which I'm thinking about this steam too. It's like Rockies moved to minus 125. Like, there's a part of me that doesn't love it. There's a part of me that doesn't love it. Obviously, long term, you want to beat the closing line, but steam has been getting killed. So now I'm more confident in the Angels than I am of the Rockies. And this line moved against you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to lose.
Well, and part of me thinks that, with the Mariners being so hot, everybody wants to be the guy that bets against the Mariners when they're super hot. Oh, I beat the streak. Let's go. But I think they're just going to stay hot.
Fair enough. I mean, the Astros are pretty hot too.
They are hot. 129 WRC plus the last 30 days.
Did you think about the over?
No, because like I said, I think Bryce Miller's a lot better than his ERA and xERA show, man. He had those two stinkers, but outside of that, he's been unbelievably good.
Absolutely.
So I'm very confident in him.
It's good to pick number 2.
GP. All right. Brewers, Rangers under 8. You have Brandon Woodruff for Milwaukee, who is back. He's back to being that top 10 pitcher, maybe even better than that, man. Like, he has been unbelievable. 1.99 ERA, a 2.72 xERA. You know what his four-seamer is getting as a whiff rate so far this year, Pete?
I bet it's like 35%.
37%. You don't see that. You really do not see that. He had a 38% whiff rate last year on that pitch. I mean, it is back. So, yes, the Rangers mash righties. They mash everybody. But when it's Brandon Woodruff, I don't think it matters. Like, good pitching is going to overpower good hitting in this league. So that's one reason I like this. The second reason is that Andrew Heaney is the biggest cherry bomb of all time. So either Andrew Heaney has one of those days where he gives up 7 earned runs and I'm screwed from the beginning, which fine. But in 13 of his 23 starts this year, he's given up 0, 1, or 2 earned runs. 13 out of 23. So more often than not, he is limiting damage at an elite level. So I'll take that all day.
Any thoughts on the bullpens? Thoughts on the bullpens?
Both bullpens are great.
Yeah. I like this under too.
Performing really, really well this year, so no worries there.
I almost played this under, but I felt like every day I'm just tailing Andrew Heaney, and it either goes great or it goes horribly, and I'm like, I just don't want to get involved with you today.
See, but I like that. I like that I either lose it in the second inning or he just cruises.
Or, I mean, the Rangers could hit Woodruff. It's not impossible. We'll see.
Good.
I don't mind this under, though. High strikeout guys. It's normally good for an under. I like this play. Play number 3.
Twins minus 1.5. My least favorite team to bet on because they frustrate the hell out of me every time I bet on them. But Andre Jackson has a home run problem. Big home run problem. 20.7% home run per fly ball rate this year, Pete. And guess what the Twins like to do? They hit dingers. Big time dingers. They have the second highest home run to fly ball rate in baseball this year, 15%. Atlanta's home run to fly ball rate this year, Pete, 19%. 19%. Unreal. Just unreal. But yeah, Pablo Lopez on the mound for the Twins, and I think that he can just mow down this Pirates lineup, but I think that the Twins can hit some dingers here, and this one ends like 5-1.
Love it. What about play number 4?
I needed to finish with a sharp play. So I'm going with Braves minus 1.5, which is Braves minus 1.5 the new Dodgers minus 1.5?
It is. It definitely is. It just keeps hitting no matter what.
Now, like, when you look at this one, it's like, oh, Strider's on the mound, but the big reason I like this one is Alex Cobb, who has been losing his stuff this season as the time has gone on. He started the year averaging 95 miles an hour on the fastball. Now the fastball is down to 94 miles an hour. The strikeout rate has dipped after the All-Star break. 5.63 ERA and a 6.15 FIP in the second half. So he's just been struggling. And then you're going to face the Braves when you've not been pitching well. I mean, that's recipe for disaster. And then this Giants lineup has been anemic, a 66 WRC plus the last 30 days. They can't hit righties. Now they face Strider, who, yeah, I get it, 3.75 ERA in the season does not look great. And then a 4.67 ERA in the second half it looks even worse. But that comes with a 2.97 Sierra in the second half. And overall, he has a FIP and xERA near 3 on the season. So I think that he's been a lot better than he's pitched lately. And now he faces a bad Giants lineup. The Braves should be able to crush Alex Cobb and whoever comes in the bullpen.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how to play the Braves today. They were just so expensive. I do respect the Giants bullpen a lot, especially coming off an off day. And I was like, should I play them first 5? It was so damn expensive. So I was just like, all right, I'm just going to let this game go by itself because I am a little bit worried about Strider. Like, his peripherals are going to look amazing kind of no matter what because of the strikeouts and no walks. But, like, he's getting hit. And I wasn't sure if the Giants could take advantage or not. That was my big thing. It was like, because, like, yeah, he's a data darling, but he's objectively not pitching well. And it's kind of similar to Heaney in a way. It's either the most dominant performance you've ever seen or he gets bombed. So that's why I was a little bit scared off this one.
Yeah. No, that's fair, man. That's fair. He did have like a 3 or 4 game stretch there where he was giving up a lot of bombs. The last 2 starts, he didn't give up any bombs. He did get kind of BABIP'd in that one start, 6 earned, no home runs. Like, shit happens. But it's just that this Giants offense hasn't been able to hit righties. Like, that was their go-to thing at the beginning of the year. They can mash righties, whoever it is. And they have an xWOBA below 300. Their WOBA against righties the last 30 days is 277. So it's just been anemic, absolutely anemic. But the other free bet in this game is the Braves score first, right?
Ollie's going to come on, and I think he's pitching
that's like the funniest bet. How did we just discover this?
I don't know. Appreciate you, Colby. 4 plays, 4 winners. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, let's hope so, man. Let's hope so. I'm having fun again. I'm having fun to come on and give plays again. It feels good.
Feels good to have you back. And a little bit of facial hair.
A little bit. I think I'm about to go shave, though.
All right, you're losing tonight. See you later. Yeah, can I love all your content, Peter? Appreciate you, my friend. You think Mariners bats and bullpen are good enough to make a run in the playoffs? Obviously, the starting pitching staff is elite, but without Sewald, the bullpen has looked shaky outside of Munoz and Brash. Thanks, dude. Yeah, that's been the weird part, right? I'm rocking the Mariners hat. I got the Mariners to win the pennant at plus 1,000, I think. I have them to win the World Series at plus 2,200. I'm definitely not locking them into a playoff spot either, right? The Blue Jays are playing a little bit better. You got the Rays or Orioles, whoever wins that division. Then you got the Astros. They might sneak into the playoffs, but if they do, I think they're better built for the playoffs if their bats get hot, which is good to see from Julio Rodriguez. So I'm hoping this is a big series, right, against the Astros this weekend. I think this will be pretty telling if they can compete in the playoffs or not. So I'll definitely be watching. Pete, can we get your thoughts on Angels bringing up their first-round pick? It could ruin him, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to ruin him, right? You're just playing baseball. But I know what you're saying, right? Because that confidence. But think about it if you're in Nolan Shanwell's shoes. Think about it if you're in his shoes. You just played 21 minor league games, and then you get called up. I'm sure the Angels said, if you don't hit, you're totally fine, dude. Like, if he's been in the minor leagues for 2 years and then he struggles, yeah, that can be a confidence killer. This way, I think he might just play free. He's got nothing to lose, right? The Angels love him enough to promote him this fast. I think it's not a sink or swim type situation. I think they just want to see what they have. They're being very aggressive. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it at all. I don't necessarily think he's ready. All right, we were talking in our Just Baseball group chat. His swing, his setup at the plate could lead to a lot of ground balls. He doesn't have that much experience with wood bats. It's scary. I don't know why they're doing it, but I don't think it's going to kill his confidence if he doesn't hit the ground running. And if he does, imagine that confidence booster. So I get it, but I don't love it. Peter, what do you think about the Sunday Night Baseball system for the Brewers tonight? For the Brewers? Were they traveling across the country? I mean, that's not the Sunday Night Baseball system. Just traveling across the country doesn't make them a Sunday Night Baseball system. Where'd they just play? They played yesterday? No, what? What are you talking about? It's a long flight from LA to Dallas. Not really. No. That's not the Sunday night. The Sunday night baseball system is the road team, and I like it more if they win, having the late game, and then on a Sunday night after they've done a lot of press conferences, traveling across the country. They probably didn't get into Texas till 3 or 4 a.m. Why do you say that? Did they play late last night? They played late last night. They played at 7:10. Remember, because it starts West Coast, so they started at 7, got done at 10, got out of there. Yeah, I mean, no, their bats could be slow. Like, I like the under. And they might win. I don't mind that bet, but that's not the system. That's not the system, right? We'll see. But again, I don't want to like highlight that and be like, oh yeah, that's the same thing. It's not the same thing. Yeah, game ended at like 9:30 Pacific. Up to you if you want to play it, but I wouldn't count it as that. All right, time to welcome on Ollie 1 unit.
Hi.
Can we flash the leaderboard for the people and show where Ollie is, please? Bang.
Bang,
Number 3 on
bang,
the
top
list.
3.
How are we feeling?
Feeling great. The Braves played today.
So what are we going to take in that game?
We're taking them to score first because they're at home.
Sharp. It's going to hit.
All seriousness about it, I am a little nervous that we get a little early Strider turkey, but when he's been having those blow-up innings, they really are coming like that second or third time through the order, right? It usually looks like Strider that first time through against the Giants, traveling. That's kind of what I expect. And you want to find a way to play the Braves in this game, right? Why sweat out full 9-inning run line for a home team when you can just take them to score first?
Braves first inning money line plus 220 in chat.
Beautiful.
Is that real?
Love it.
Does it push?
Yeah, it'll push.
No, it must not push because if you're getting plus
oh no, yeah,
220,
there's probably
you'd
a
have to
tie
win.
option. Yeah, you'd have to win money line.
But like for example, you could go Giants don't score, Braves don't score, Giants don't score, then Braves score, and you win your bet, and he would lose.
Yeah,
You
like
just have him
yesterday.
score first.
Yeah, just score first. Yesterday, I had the Cardinals to score first. Thought it was a great play. I got 3 shutout innings from Adam Wainwright. 3 in 2023.
That's why I'm fading the Mets today. I saw that they didn't hit Wainwright. I'm like, you don't deserve money from anybody.
Correct. It doesn't push. Well, that's an interesting book you got there then, because in my eyes, that pushes.
Well, then it would be much less, right? It would be much closer to your minus 120 if it could push.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, if you take a first 5 money line and they're tied, doesn't it push?
Yeah.
Yeah. So wouldn't it push in the first inning as well?
I don't think so. Like, why would it be plus 220 if it could push?
I don't know, but like in theory, it would push since it pushes in first 5. I get what he's saying. You know,
Crone just got put on the IL. Angels money line is caked. Jake,
really gonna miss that 56 WRC plus or whatever it is since he's been in LA. Yeah,
no, that's not something I'm very concerned about. But he does hit a Rosmer Ramirez.
Maybe, I don't know. Any other questions about my sharp as attack Braves to score first play?
Not at all. It's good to play number 2.
Okay, one that takes a little bit of analysis in this game, not too much, but I think I came up with 2 pretty straightforward, maybe square, maybe whatever. I don't care. I think they're both going to hit.
Before, just to clear that up, there's an option for a tie, so first inning money line can't push. So it's like that 3-way bet. Yeah,
that's what I thought it was, but he's saying that it pushes for him. I don't know where he's at. Whatever. We can move on. Doesn't matter. I hope it hits.
Jake Hazen cleared it up. He had a 62 WRC plus with the Angels. So
my bad. Yeah. My bad, bro. My bad. Maybe it was the other guy, Grichuk, that has a 60, that has a 56. Who knows?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay, we're in a spot here where Michael Lorenzen I would never fade Michael Lorenzen to his face. Let's get that out of the way because he's got top. If you're putting an all arms team together, he is a first round pick, right?
Yeah.
Just dude is absolutely yoked.
He might go 1-1.
So I wouldn't say this to a face. I think Yandy would go 1-1, but Lorenzen's up there.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That being said, coming off 100 and whatever pitches, faded, the no-hitter narrative, I get it. I think that the Nationals, first of all, they're a scrappy team. We just saw them beat the Red Sox in a series. Now, the Red Sox play down to their competition, up to their competition. It's been that kind of season, but they still put together a bunch of hits. And the thing that I liked about them this week is they hit a lot of extra base hits against the Red Sox, a lot of home runs, a lot of doubles compared to what they usually do is just like single, steal, move them over, get them home type of offense. They were kind of hitting the ball really well. Now they got Chris Sale, they got James Paxton, two left-handed pitchers. That's what they like. But even against Nick Pivetta, they made him work. I think they make Michael Lorenzen work. And then on the other side, Jonah Doan appeared to be back to Jonah Doan things after his first good start. His second start was not good. So I think the Phillies come out firing in Washington and just get to him and a back-end bullpen of the Nationals who use their quote-unquote good guys the last 2 days against the Red Sox in close games. I think that we'd kind of just get runs galore from start to finish here.
Do you think the Red Sox played down to their competition, or are they the same competition?
Record-wise, they play down.
Yeah, you're right. Record-wise, yeah.
Like today, they'll play down to the Yankees competition.
Oh.
And against the Nationals, they play down to that. But then they'll go and beat the Astros and beat the Blue Jays and beat the Orioles and beat the Rays.
They've been beating them all year long.
You can look at the records. What's their head-to-head against the Blue Jays?
Exactly.
Yeah. So they beat the Braves. People forget they're 3-1 against the Braves this year.
People forget. Really good Red Sox team.
They also forget that they got swept at home by the Pirates, but that's baseball.
It's a good team.
It's an average team, frustrating team. Those are the only two plays I got. 2 full 1-unit plays.
I like that from you. Not like juice though. You saw -105 and you're like, no, I'm not going to do 1.05 units. I'm just going a unit.
I've always been a risky
unit guy.
Yep. I understand the mathematics behind it, but for my peace of mind now, I'm like, all right, I lose 2 units instead of losing 2.05 or in this case, it would be 2.3. I'd rather, me personally, for my current stature and experience level, I still like the risk with the 1 unit. Because now I see a -150, I don't have to say, especially in baseball, like a -150, in my opinion, you can see value there, but that doesn't mean you have to do 1.5 units to just win 1. To risk 1 to win 0.7 or whatever. Either way, it's the same as if you beat the line or didn't beat. Whatever. You get the point. I'm on a risk a unit. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Math might not agree with it, but I'm not a math guy, so it doesn't bother me.
Why didn't you bet Red Sox money line against the Yankees if they're playing down to their competition?
I don't bet the Red Sox. I'm done with Red Sox games. I'm done with props in general. Announcement. I'm retired from props. I'm -10 units on the year in props, and I'm done.
Okay. No, I respect that.
I thought, it was, okay, maybe let's hone in on the Red Sox props because I had good success there so far.
You did.
This week went really poorly. So I'm done.
Do you think you're due today? Because I saw your tweet about how you didn't have a great day yesterday.
Yeah, 0-5 yesterday, -2.5 units.
Only half unit. Now we're going for a unit. So you could just go 2-0 today and make it all back almost.
Yeah, very interesting strategy, but we'll see how it goes. It's limiting the board, but I like both the plays a lot. Obviously, Braves to score first. It's kind of a just straightforward play. I'm going to take it tomorrow. I'm going to take it Sunday. I'm going to take it every home game as long as it's a reasonable price, and -120 is a reasonable price in my opinion. I might not take it every Bryce Elder start because I don't trust that guy, but that might also be the best value because he was I think it was +100 against the Yankees, and I'm like, yeah, I got to take it.
Yeah,
and then the Braves, yeah.
You gotta. Would you ever just 1 unit -600 when they're on the road?
No, on the road, no, I won't do it.
It's gonna hit though.
It's gonna hit, but I don't think it's worth the. I don't think the risk outweighs the reward, or the reward outweighs the risk there. Personally,
fair enough. Ollie?
It will literally be -30 350 for them to score first when they're on the road against like the Nationals.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Shenwell batting leadoff. WTF.
Yeah, I had a
Jake-
little
Jake-
controversy
have you
with him
seen-
today in
have
my
you seen-
fantasy league.
Have you seen Jake's Twitter? He's so upset all the time.
He's an Angels fan. I don't. It sucks.
But he's an
yeah.
Angels fan who's on Mariners future. His life sucks.
I don't know if his life sucks, but his sports
His sports
fandom
life
right
sucks.
now is having a rough time. He's also, memory serves, doesn't care about the NFL much. College football guy, but I don't really remember where his loyalties lie. He's from the Dakotas, man. Like, come on.
He's got to be a Josh Allen guy. Josh Allen, North Dakota State.
No, wrong.
Was he a North
That's
Dakota guy?
Carson Wentz,
What was Josh Allen?
Colorado.
No.
He's a buff.
Was he?
He's a
Josh
buff.
Allen.
No, Wyoming. I'm sorry.
Wyoming. That's the
not
same
not
thing.
Colorado.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, close enough. I agree.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Appreciate the winners.
Okie dokie.
Great
See
score
you later.
first. You're at least going.
Everybody's
1-1.
spelling Wyoming wrong too, by
Yeah.
the way. That's crazy.
Wyoming.
All right.
All right. We'll
See
talk
ya.
to you. Yeah, what's this? Let's see this Angels lineup. Shenwell's hitting leadoff, huh? No. How'd you see the lineup, Brody? It's on underdog. Why moaning? Let's see. Shenwell's hitting leadoff. Oh, Hoppy's back. That's sick. Logan O'Hoppy's back. That's huge. I wasn't planning on him coming back today. I thought he was going to come back after the weekend series. Sick to get him back today. Good for him. I smoked weed with Trey Lance's cousin. Wyoming over South Dakota, that's for sure. Jake, would you agree or disagree? I mean, what is the difference? It's all just a bunch of land, like 9 people living out there, and then just Jake Hazen tweeting about his Mariners futures and the Angels. 3 minutes till Gino. It might be time for a Ben video. Let's do the Ben video. So we got Ben Carey, classic video. Everybody get ready. Everybody get ready. Turn your volume down because normally it just blasts. Ben Carey video incoming. Let's get to it. Let's go.
Do you want to get high? Are we going to get high? You want to get high?
No, we don't want to get high.
Wait a second. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the melody to Funky Town. Won't you take me down to Funky Town?
Then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck.
Everything okay here? Fine, except this towel has been mixing Chang sauce for 15 minutes. He's clueless.
Don't call me shoeless. You're shoeless.
Yeah, well, you're a towel.
You're a towel.
All right, that's it. Get out of here. You're fired.
Yeah.
Not him, you.
Oh.
He's the best. That's the best. Oh, Ben Carey, you are such a legend. That is, oh, God, he's just so good at that. Ben, clap it up in chat for Ben Carey. Chat, clap it up. South Park clip is goated. Oh, that just works so well. He's a great editor. That's a great edit. But I hate totals. Do we have the Rays lineup yet? It's probably just all platooned. We got Gino. Gino.
Lightning round. The car's not moving. I'm in park. I don't need the police coming after me. I forget which police is it.
This is the Twitch police.
Twitch
he is
police.
not moving. He is not moving. He is
police.
parked. He's even got a seatbelt on in park. It's probably
In
the
park.
safest thing possible.
I'm safe unless someone comes up behind and hits me.
You're actually safer. Do I see a sunroof, or are we sitting in a little what kind of car are we driving here, Gino? I like it.
This is
Little Tesla?
This is a Range Rover.
Range Rover, even better.
This is what
That's what
units buy you, my dudes. This is what units buy you.
No, but remember you said Severino was going to shove and he didn't. Even though you made money that day, that means you lost.
And I think I made units that day too. And the two things
Doesn't
I made
count.
bold calls on. hit. Dude,
Doesn't count.
Nothing counts. Nothing counts anymore. And the good news, guys, I think we got a good amount of plays today, right? How many?
Well, we only have 3 because a lot of yours were daytime plays, and you got a freaking 1.5 unit play on the WNBA, and you sent it, and I was like, it's gonna hit though. I checked the line after you sent it to me, and it was down 2 points already. I was like, this shit is hitting.
It's hitting.
Just tell it for the people. What is the WNBA play?
Oh man, I think it's the under
in the Liberty game.
Liberty Aces. It's gonna smack.
Why?
Dude, WNBA, I'm hitting right now at like 68%. And that's a pure just watch the line movement. Like, you don't need to do shit except watch line movement in WNBA. The Vegas exposes with they have such a small handle on it. They expose exactly what they want the quickest, and they move the fastest.
Huh. WNBA under 165.5. Let me just check the line what it is right now.
It's probably like 161.
Oh, it was Liberty Mercury.
Liberty Mercury?
Obviously.
That makes sense.
We got to know that as WNBA guys.
I also like Mercury. I gave Mercury out 3 hours ago at plus 2.5. Plus 12.5, I think it is.
Ooh, I like seeing my preseason under, ladies and gentlemen, down from 39 to 38. We just love that. We just love to see that.
That's the game, my dudes. That's the game within the game.
WNBA Liberty Mercury, it's at 163.5. Would you take it at 163.5?
What did I give it out at?
165.5.
Yeah, I had the true line as 161. That's why it was the biggest play of the day.
Sure. All right, let's get to baseball. We're aligned on 2 of these. We're aligned on 2 of these. Right. We'll start with the Reds.
So am I allowed to, for the record, double all these because I'm making a run, or I have to leave them as they are?
Well, whatever you submit. So it's like,
okay,
if you text me being like, I want this on this instead of what I have it at, more than free. It's just today you sent it in, so we've just been doing that.
No, yeah,
we'll moving forward, yeah.
Toward the end of the competition, I'm going to make a run to win it or not. So I'm going to get more aggressive.
Let's get after it.
But yeah, this is the Reds. I don't even have my notes or computer in front of me, so I think we just got to do a lightning round. Just give the 3 plays, the value, and move on. I don't want to waste anyone's time.
No, yeah, you're good. Was there, like, what did you see on the Reds, if you remember correctly? Like, why was it the Reds?
Yeah, are the Reds home versus a better team?
The Reds.
Do you give me like any reminder?
So yeah, I'll run through the game for you. So it's Blue Jays Reds. They're at home. It's Barrios versus Brett Kennedy.
Yeah, so okay, that's fair. So we're getting value on the home team because the away pitcher and team are quote unquote better by record. Just value, baby. Just value.
Fair enough. Let's talk about the Angels because you and I are aligned on this one.
Yeah, and I want to tell you guys things. When you see a half a unit, that's usually all I got. I can't go much deeper. I only have one thing going for me. Are the Angels against Minnesota?
No, they're facing the Rays and Ross Ramirez.
Oh, the Rays. There we go.
You are so far away from the lab right now, Gino.
I know I am. I forget who's Minnesota. One of my plays is fading Minnesota. I forget which one that is. Dude, I've been seeing a lot of value on these Angels. And if you all want to buy into a conspiracy theory, I feel like the MLB needs Ohtani in the playoffs. So I will go down on that. That's the one thing I'll go down hammering. But again, I'm only really betting the Angels when they're minus 120 or better. I'm not pumping them all the time. So I want to say this has already moved. So this is a sharp play. I want to say this was as much as plus 110 when it opened. So
really?
A little value's been lost. But if you want to be on the sharp side, Angels sharp side. Pete confirmed it. I confirmed it. This is the sharp side. You're just losing a little bit of value.
Hell yeah. I mean, I really like the Angels too. It's funny. My model made them minus 158. And I was like, that's on crack. Like, no way.
When I gave this out earlier, it was plus 100. And I only had it as minus 115. So 150, 115. Either way, guys, you're getting more value than you're getting EV over 110.
No, I agree with you. I had it closer to so there's the ballpark pal model. So I know the guy Aaron and I know what goes into it. And I'll use that as kind of a tool. Like, I'll make my own lines. I think we've talked about this before. I make my own lines. I go through the games. Then I'll look at the ballpark pal model, and like sometimes I'll have a line this way. The model will have it the complete opposite way. I'm like, all right, let me look into it. Sometimes it'll agree with me. Sometimes it'll be way more than I had it. And I was like, well, I would make the Angels favorites in this one.
And that's what I said. I said, you guys are getting sick of hearing me say this, but at least once a day, I'm betting a team that opens up as a dog that I just think is wrong.
I agree. I don't
and
think
again,
they should be
it's the
dogs
Rays
in this
record. This is I don't know how I mixed up Rays in Minnesota, but it's the Rays record is why you're getting this value.
I agree with you. Let's talk about the Rockies, though.
Ooh, now we're getting into crappy teams. So this is crappy teams where I just, again, if you give me a better pitcher and for cheap, this is where I climb the value. I want to say the Rockies brought up a couple kids that I was excited about, and the people that they have brought them up over is where I saw the added value. Because sometimes you have like the old guys that are already, they already made, like Pete, guy's worth $10 million. He just does this because he loves us. But when you bring up guys that are trying to make it, I like who the Rockies were bringing up, and I like their starting lineup better than if it was like their team, as crazy as that sounds.
No, I agree. They got Michael Toglia, who's not any good, but I mean, CJ Cron wasn't doing anything for them either, right? They got Ezekiel Tovar. They just brought up Brendan Rodgers, who's been on the IL. Elias Diaz is back, and Nolan Jones has been a stud for them. And I just look at this White Sox team, and I'm like, Kopech ain't any good. Like, the White Sox aren't any good. But you're fading the White Sox. You love the White Sox, which
and
is
I
why
just made I sell high all the time. I just made a bunch of money off the White Sox against the Cubs. There was a couple games I had a money line and plus 1.5. So I love have a short memory. Be a fly. Be a gnat. I used them last week, the White Sox earlier in the week or whatever. Now I'm over them.
I agree. I'm on the Rockies too. So I think you only have those 3 plays.
Damn, this is a light card. So yeah, I'll start paying attention because I got to risk about 4 to 5 units a day moving out here. Maybe a little less, maybe like 3 to 4.
And you're risking 2.5 today, so it's not like you're not doing anything.
That's fair. And we're going to keep pumping, guys. This is where, just because I'm off the top 3 right now, my units are getting better. Some guys are just making runs.
Let's get after it.
Later, bro.
Appreciate you, my friend. Have a great rest of your day and have a good weekend.
You do the same.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's good to see that Gino and I are aligned on the Rockies and the Angels. We'll see what happens. If we get some early bangs and the live line goes up, I'll tell WNBA Gino. It's funny, though. Like, he did it's his biggest play of the day is that Liberty Mercury under, which moved down 2 points. Could just be free, but I don't know. And he doesn't even know. Who else cashed on the Royals today? Nice little Royals bang. Had a baby. I was scared to take the Royals because they stink on the road, but Cole Reagan's again shoved. I mean, not shoved, but quality start. 9 Ks. He's so good. I love Cole Reagan's. We got the milkman.
What's up?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I was glad to see that your plays came in and you're also aligned on those Colorado Rockies.
I am. Yeah, it's kind of a play that I have to make. And I'm not just going to repeat everything that I assume you said, but in a simple terms, I mean, Michael Kopech gives up a lot of hard hits. He's 26th percentile in the MLB. Gives up a lot of barrels, bottom of the barrel, no pun intended there too. And Colorado has been sneakily hitting the ball hard against right-handed pitching. A lot of that has frankly been Nolan Jones, but a lot of the lineup has been hitting the ball hard too, especially when they get into Coors, as expected. And when you have a pitcher like that in a matchup like this in Coors Field, and I know you point out the system all the time of teams that are coming into Coors, well, the Rockies are already on the homestand there. So it feels like a perfect storm to me on the Rockies. We'll keep it pretty simple.
Yeah, Jake Hazen and I talked about that at the beginning of the year too. And the Rockies were just so bad there for a little while. It wasn't doing all that well. But I noticed that it wasn't doing well against teams that are used to going into Coors, right? Like the Diamondbacks would come in, or the Padres, or the Dodgers, or the Giants. That's when it was getting hosed because those teams know how to adjust. When's the last time the White Sox go to Coors Field? Like they don't know how to adjust. So, and I was like thinking about taking the first 5, but then I was like, wait, I got bullpen arms that aren't adjusted either for the White Sox, and I got Rockies bullpen that's rested too. So I'm like, I'm just taking them to win the game.
100%. Right there with you.
Good to see it. All right,
Yep.
I'm so mad that I didn't bet this one. This is a good bet. Tell us why.
Yeah, you got to do it.
Had to do it. And I didn't forget that Lorenzen threw a no-hitter, but I forgot it was against the Nationals and he's facing them again. And I was like, it's just so overblown. But I'm like, it's the same team again. They're going to hit him. So talk about it.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is one I had to make, again, not just because of the no-hitter, but, I mean, we have seen this season, you had Framber throw the no-hitter, come back and get rocked and give up 6 in his next start, 6 or 7. Domingo Germán, same thing off his perfect game. He wasn't sharp. He didn't even get through 5. Is Michael Lorenzen either of those pitchers? No, not really. But he's coming back and not only facing the same lineup in back-to-back starts, but it's a lineup who doesn't swing and miss. It's like a lineup who doesn't strike out. Not that he's a big strikeout artist pitcher, but in back-to-back starts, like that's a trend, or not even a trend, but that's a matchup that I want to fade anyway. Seeing a team like the Nationals in back-to-back starts, never mind if you have a no-hitter, and never mind if you see the lines up for Michael Lorenzen today, which are really out of this world. Like 6.5 hit line, which, I mean, a lot of teams or a lot of pitchers are going to have against the Nationals, but pitcher just throw a no-hitter. I mean, give me a break. -140 now, and the number's been steaming up to go over 2.5 earned runs, which is very strange, which is why I limited myself to this team total, not the ML. It really didn't have anything to do with me protecting myself from Jonah Doan and the Nationals bullpen, but that line specifically is the one that sticks out to me, kind of like Matthew Liberatore when I took the A's team total there too.
I've said, I think Jake's, when he took Cardinals money line going into Tampa Bay, when they were like +156 and they won 4-1. And then I think I texted you, I was like, that was the best play of the year. Like Oakland team total hits in the first inning. Bang.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. I gotta give myself some credit on that one. But coming back here, I think this will be a similar play. A little less, out of the blue, because it's the A's, so nobody expected that one. I think everybody knows what we're gonna do today. But all of these lines, especially like when you consider too, Lorenzen had a really high pitch count because the Nationals were making him work. They were hitting balls hard. He walked 4 in that start, so it's not like he was pristine. And the Nats are kind of an offense that's going to make you work regardless of how the game goes. So coming back today, I think this is going to be a completely different story. And you see some of the lines, that I've referenced, and with his fantasy score and prospects being as low as it is, it's kind of giving me that signal. So glad to back the Nats bat today. Who really have been pretty hot since that game.
They have.
I'll go to the grave with it.
Good stuff. I think you're going 2 plays, 2 winners already, but we got one more. Pirates.
Yeah. Pirates. Yeah. If you want to say
opposite of Colby, just so you know.
Yeah. If you want to say think about this real quick. Which, putting my little mid-major Matt hat on. Pablo Lopez, 18.5 pitching outline. It's super just the under, so you can give him 6 innings. At 1.5 runs in the books, -180. So give him 2 runs, 7.5 strikeouts, which was -180 in the morning or overnight when I took my little screenshot stuff. It's -130
like to
now,
over
to the over. Now it's -130, so it's sticking back. Which, first of all, you don't see much against the Pirates at all, even with a line that high. But also, give him 8 Ks, put that in the bank. That is, if you put it all together, you get 3 points for every strikeout. You get 3 points deducted for every earned run. You get, a point per out. So you have yourself at 18 points there with the pitching outs. You have yourself at 24 for the strikeouts, -6 for the earned runs, just by talking about what he's projected to do today. And he's at 38.5 fantasy score as a -220 favorite against the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are a bottom 10 offense in baseball consistently against right-handed pitching. That doesn't make much sense to me. And
it was all that math was too fast for my smooth brain.
Let me say here,
what would that equal?
I'll bracket it real quick. Anytime that I see a pitcher who, if you add up everything they're projected for in the books, they're above 50, and I don't see them touching 40, that's what kind of signals the alarm for me. Like, if you look at all the props, like at a strikeout, Spencer Strider's in the same position today, and he's at 44.5. So big difference there with, I would say the Giants are terrible. They have been terrible against right-handed pitching, but name brand, I would say as far as risking the win, they're a much better team and a little more alive in that game than on paper the Pirates seem. But I've been looking at it too, because this reminds me of a couple spots for the Pirates. Like, I always reference the Zach Gallen game where he went into Pittsburgh and got absolutely blown up. And what seems familiar with that, I see a walk square up for Pablo Lopez, who hasn't walked 2 guys in 5 games. So I see that up, and the Pirates, like, sneakily, people don't really realize this, they're a sneakily patient team. Like, You have them sitting at the 7th highest walk rate against right-handed pitching in the last 30 days. They're a little bit over league average in overall offense, 103 WRC plus as well. They're also 11th in hard hit rate. So they don't put up many runs. So like people wouldn't expect them to have a lot of these numbers, especially against right-handed pitching, but they're a decent offense, I guess you could say, by some of the numbers. And you also have Pablo Lopez, who weirdly can't pitch at home for God knows whatever reason. 4.71 at home compared to 2.87 on the road. Yes, I've been looking into that, and some of it has to do with the matchups that he got in each of those spots, but some of it is just weird. And Pablo Lopez, like weirdly, you look at a lot of his worst outings. I actually just tweeted about this. You look at his worst outings throughout this season so far. You know who they've been against? The Royals, Guardians, and A's, where he gave up 6, 6, and 7.
Well, the Royals are legit.
Well, this was the Royals in April.
Okay,
this was
so
April 28th. Yeah.
Well, so, that was when Vinny Pasquantino would just get a walk, and then the rest of the lineup would get a hard ground ball double play.
Exactly. So, I mean, he gave up 6 in that start, 6 against the Guardians, and then this past month, or I guess in July, he gave up 7 against the A's. So, whatever it is, and 2 of those starts were at home. Whatever it is, Pablo Lopez, when he plays bad teams, I don't know what happens. And the fact that I'm seeing very suspicious lines here, and I'm kind of leaning into what the Pirates do that people don't really realize, they're really patient, I think they give Pablo Lopez some trouble today. So I'm leaning into that. I do like what I've seen from Andre Jackson, too, coming back. I don't know what the Pirates have done to him, but he looks like – I know we saw him for a very limited sample size with the Dodgers, but he looks like a much improved pitcher. So leaning on that a bit. Yes, it is scary to back him in the Pirates bullpen, but I'm going to do it when nobody wants to do it.
Fair enough, my friend. Good stuff. And then we got a Prize Picks entry. You and I are aligned on Tyler Anderson's case.
Yeah, well, this is a wash now because Kyle Tucker is sick. I don't know how this happens every time I put a Prize Picks entry in.
Every single time. Have you even played a real one yet?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Like, usually I can blame myself and say, like, okay, I'm taking random 8-hitter over half a base. Like is there a threat not playing? No. Yeah, but like,
remember when my guy got demoted to AAA before?
Yeah, so like if we're doing that, like I'll just like I'll chalk it to the game because I know that's the risk that I'm taking. But I took Kyle Tucker specifically, so this wasn't a part of the risk that we're taking here. And what do you know? He's sick and gets scratched, but that sucks.
Do you want to just put Charlie Blackmon over bases in yours and ride the same entry as me?
Oh, I'm definitely playing that.
You like Blackmon over bases?
Yeah, if I had to pick, it would be between that and Brandon Crawford over base tonight. But
Brandon Crawford over base against Strider?
Yep.
No way he gets a base, right?
Yeah, no shot.
No way.
No shot. I was looking into some of his numbers. I mean, there's only a handful of at-bats, but I think over a 600 XBA against Spencer Strider is not something to scoff at for Brandon Crawford in 4 at-bats. But
it is 4 at-bats, though.
It's 4 at-bats, but it's Brandon Crawford. So
it is Brandon Crawford.
It's making me turn my head a little bit, but it's on the board, so I'm good.
I had an option of Charlie Blackmon or Michael Toglia over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, and I was like, damn it. He's gonna hit today. But I was like, I just like Blackmon. And Blackmon's odds are the best of any of them. And I'm like, when Blackmon's hot, like you take him. He's seen the ball well. And against Kopech, I mean, that's the matchup.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm taking him. I'm taking Brendan Rodgers too. If you talk about odds, he's been like, ever since he came up, he's usually like on that borderline getting taken off the board for his under, like plus 100 to the over, minus 130 to the under. But when he's been sitting like even both ways, like minus 110, minus 115, he's ripping doubles for his ABs. So that's what he's sitting at today. So I'm tapping in too.
Let's get a little bit of a Rockies bang today. Let's get some Nationals runs and the Pirates just to keep this thing close. I am interested. I always like when we go head to head. You versus Colby. Let's see who wins.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, if we flash the leaderboard might say who wins. We got Javon up top, up 10 units, and we got Colby down there.
Hey, it's just a 1v1. I've definitely lost some head-to-heads against people towards the bottom of the leaderboard before. So
Colby did have a good pitch too, because he was talking about Andre Jackson's home run problem, which has continued while he has looked better. And what did the Twins do? They hit home runs. Kind of the way you're both talking to me kind of makes me like the over in that game.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think Jackson is going to be fine, but it's kind of a hold your nose play. I'll tell you who's going yard. I mean, my goat, Matt Wallner. You can pencil off however many runs come in when he hits the ball over the wall. He's leading home run odds. He's got the hit run RBI up. So recipe for disaster there. But Pirates are hopefully going to hold it within 1. I don't know, that 1.5. I usually take like the team total in this situation when I'm really targeting a pitcher specifically, and I'm not thrilled about backing, the starter on my side in the bullpen, but it's more of a gut play.
Pirates bullpen ain't bad.
It's not bad. It's just, I don't know, later in the game, the Twins are just one of those teams where weird stuff happens. It's not elite either.
I hate betting on it. I like some of their bullpen arms, but the way Rocco puts them in, I'm like,
that's the thing.
You're trying to lose.
It's so unpredictable whether they're going to get, every time I bet against them, we for sure get Griffin Jacks, Yohan Duran to close the game. Anytime else you get Moran, for 2 innings, whatever.
Who just gets bobbed. And then it's he had no chance. I remember I bet on a Twins game. I think it was against the Red Sox. They were leading 5-3. And I think it was the 8th inning. And instead of putting in one of those elite guys, they put in Moran because he was facing Verdugo. And
yeah, sure.
Giovanni Moran is better against lefties, but Verdugo is better against lefties. Immediate double, lost that bet. And I tweet out, and Twins Twitter goes after me. And I'm like, you guys are just focused on your guy. You don't know the other matchup. And I don't think Rocco did either. So, whatever.
It's classic.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Classic.
3 plays, 3 winners per usual. We'll talk to you soon. All right. Have a great weekend.
You too.
We haven't even heard from mid-major, but Jake Hazen is about to come on and drop 70 plays. So tell us why. No, he'll just go one by one. Tell us why you are just betting everything on the board today. And can you flash the leaderboard? Just let us know where Jake Hazen is now so that on Monday we can
This is like sketchy shit.
Jake Hazen is plus 1.3. He's in the green. He could just play a couple, but he decided. So why are you spraying the entire board today?
So with my new schedules, got a new job. I didn't bet at all this week, first off. So I just didn't feel like betting my first week, and Friday got off at noon. So I said, fuck it, for not betting all week. I'm just gonna bet the entire board Friday to make up for it. And also I'll only be able to come on stream Fridays. So I'm just gonna come out with every single play on the board and we'll just see how it goes. Fuck it. I mean,
go ahead, producer going.
Oh, that he forgot to do the Reds Blue Jays.
Oh yeah, you did miss a game though.
The game already started? What?
No, you missed Reds Blue Jays. You don't have a pick in that game.
Oh, I have the over in that game.
Oh, you do?
I didn't put it in there, but I bet it. It doesn't matter. I mean,
you know what's awesome though? No, he said he didn't put it in here.
But I bet it though, so it's on my Twitter.
I respect you because it's people in the competition, right, will just bet more than they're actually playing for the competition, which is fine. I don't. But you actually bet all these plays.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's go play number one. Let's just go bang, bang, boom.
Yeah, another thing, too, before I get into this, I did maybe combine 30 minutes of lab work. I said I was going to – this is what happened. So I said I was going to bet the whole board. Was so far from the lab Thursday. And then just woke up early in the morning, did 30 minutes of lab work. I'm like, all right, the shit's hitting. Let's get to it.
Well, did you know that Ryan Jeffers just got scratched, so the Pirates are in business, according to Javon? He's such a freak.
That means Vasquez is pitching, though, because Vasquez, catching, right? Vasquez is the fucking worst catcher ever.
He is terrible.
So bad. But, yeah, Red Sox, who's starting for the Brito? Yeah, there it is. And the thing is, too, is my computer is currently broken right now, so I don't remember all the pitchers. So to get all the pitchers pulled up, I have my TV up on MLB TV with all the pitchers' names. So I can remember them.
All right. Red Sox money line. Why?
Just Bayo is a righty guy. Yankees don't hit righties; they hit lefties, and I think just Bayo's his sinker, just ground ball, just merchant, just is gonna just carve up this Yankees team, and he's gonna go deep enough where the bullpen's not gonna hurt too much. I mean, Jansen's a fine closer, not great, but he's fine. And Brito, I don't like him.
You don't like him? Red Sox money line. I don't like them.
All the pitches. This is going to be all the pitches like today.
Angels aligned, which you did no lab work, which makes me scared.
Yeah, no lab work, but you act like if someone's going to blindly go into an Angels game and know what the fuck's going on, it's probably the guy tweeting about how bad they are every night.
You are sad. You're a sad guy right now.
And
you have a new job. Your life is good, but on Twitter, it looks like you're just in a pit of depression.
If you follow my TikTok, I made a 12 slideshow of just why the Angels are bad.
And yet you're betting on them today. Tell us why.
Yeah. Funny thing is too, just to bring it up, I saw Chanel is how do you say his name? Chanel.
Shenwell.
Shenwell. I saw he was batting leadoff. Didn't even see O'Hoppe. I was just so pissed. Immediately saw that and didn't even care look at the rest of the lineup.
Hoppe's in the lineup. That's sick.
I just found that out when Phil's replied to my tweet saying, "Yeah, W O'Hoppe." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." I was just immediately threw my controller at the wall as soon as I saw the guy batting leadoff. I didn't even see that. So
he's starting the game off with a ground ball, unfortunately.
Dude, I don't know. Can I bet that? I can bet that. You can bet that.
You can bet that. Might as well just add it to the card.
Yeah, I add that to the card. I'm pretty sure it's on BetMGM too.
I think it's minus 200 though.
I mean, let's lay 3 units on. Fuck it. But back to what I was saying. So Tyler Anderson is a guy who's not good, but his matchup is fine, and I think he's going to look like he's deserving of his 3-year, $39 million contract today, and they also made us as well not get a qualifying offer, so he missed our second-round pick. I think it looked like he's worth it tonight in a game where it doesn't matter, where it's 8 games back from the wild card. But Rays don't hit lefties very well, and Tyler Anderson, if you didn't know, is a lefty. I don't know if you looked at that in your lab work, but he throws the ball from the left side. Rays don't hit that as well, and to be honest with you, I didn't look at him as a Rays guy at all, but he's not better than Tyler Anderson tonight.
I agree. All right, Twins minus 1.5.
This shit's not hitting, dude. This is my like this is the thing about betting every play forcibly. There's a lot of plays in here that I would not bet, but like just as I said, I'm gonna bet every play. I have to do it. Easily least confident play out there. I would recommend fading this.
Colby's play, and Javon's on the other side.
It's not. It's just it's because like the Pirates, like what I tell you this all the time. What do? They hit fastballs and they hit curveballs. But am I gonna fucking bet on Andre Jackson? No, I'm not doing that. So like, just fuck it, dude. Pablo Lopez is better. The Twins are better. Let's just lay the run line.
The way this game is being talked about makes me want to just hammer the over.
Yeah, it's probably free. I was gonna play it, but I don't know why I didn't. I just said like screw it. Like doing like this, sometimes you just gotta just bet the better team and just say fuck it, run line.
Run line at home. What could go wrong? Nationals.
Now this is thing is too about this card. I don't really lay juice on any of it. I have like it's all around like the average odds is around plus 100. So Nationals. So Jonah Doan is. I heard he's kind of nasty now. He's finding out where his command's at, and Lorenzen's is kind of coming off a no hitter, and against the same Nationals team, if I'm not mistaken. So, just a value spot. Obviously, the Phillies are better than the Nationals. Obviously, they have the better pitcher, but just the whole no hitter thing and. I don't know if you heard the news. Nats are kind of hot. So we just saw today with the Royals, who I took first 5, by the way, and they lost that one full game. But the point still stands is that these bad teams are getting hot. They just win. And Nats, dude, they're not just hot, dude. They have like energy down there right now. Like they're over win total in my biggest play next year.
I still feel bad. I've one of the worst takes of the season. I said that the Nationals might have a worse record than the A's this year.
I did too. Don't worry. Let's go. Let's move on from that.
All right, let's move on from that. Miami Dodgers over 8.5. Sandy, Gonsolin both getting smashed.
Yeah, he is. They are. I mean, Sandy Alcantara is fully, I would say fully back, but he's a lot better than we saw from him. Yeah, much better. I don't know if he's ever going to come back that Cy Young year last year, but he's looking a lot better. But this Dodgers lineup is just fucking ridiculous, and they hit baseballs. And Tony Gonsolin, not a fan of this guy. And you brought it up yesterday. I think it was yesterday when you played the Astros Marlins. This Marlins lineup is just better now, and they can hit righties, they can hit lefties. I mean, their offense, they showed up. It's just that I forgot who was pitching.
No, yeah, I really thought that the Marlins would hit Verlander based on all the props and me just thinking they have a good lineup. And they scored 5. They hit Verlander. He had a 9 fantasy score, so my prize picks entry hit. But didn't matter.
Should have handicapped the game better, bud.
Yeah, just be better me.
What's next?
San Francisco.
I'm not getting into this. I don't need to.
Cobb, Strider.
Over at home, dude. Like, I don't need to tell you anything about it.
All right, let's move on. D-backs.
Brendan Pfaadt. I mean, the kid looks a lot better than what he did at the beginning of the season. He's still getting hit pretty hard, but the thing is about it is that the Diamondbacks, they're a pretty good curveball hitting team. I know that from prior memory. And the Padres just rat shit. They got steamed up. Lugo's pitching, and like, I've been fading the Padres pretty regularly the last 3 weeks, and I've been very happy about the decision. So if we're going to bet every game on the board, I'm definitely going to involve with betting against the Padres.
Are you worried? And can we move to the Rockies? Because I want to talk about a play now that got steamed, which is normally a good sign, but it hasn't been this year.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I'm just kind of banking, like you said. You literally took the words in my mouth. Let's come on and say this. Like the Rockies, like the system's like still there. They've just been so bad this year with the first homestand like that. You already went over a little bit, but like it's because they've been just so. This is like the worst Rockies team we've seen in a while.
Yeah.
But now they're playing a team that's also really bad. So sure, I'll bet it.
No, that's what I was saying, right? Don't you agree? It's like the system wasn't working because it was these teams that kept coming in to Coors Field.
It started off
you're
hot,
used
though.
to it. No, I
It
know.
started off like
Then
5-1.
I said the same thing, and then it was
lost.
Giants coming in, Diamondbacks, Padres, Dodgers.
But they usually do beat the Dodgers and Padres. Like that's the thing. Like last year they were beating Dodgers and Padres too. It's just this year I just think it's like it makes sense you're saying that, but like last year Ben system all year they were beating the Padres in those spots, they were beating the Diamondbacks in those spots, they were beating the Dodgers in those spots. I think it's just because they're so bad.
Yeah, they are so bad. The lineup looks better though today. Elias Diaz is back. All-Star
Yeah.
Game MVP. People forget.
Yeah.
That's going to be a great trivia question. Who won the 2023 All-Star Game MVP? Elias Diaz?
I know it. It's Elias Diaz.
We know it. We know ball. St.
Yeah,
Louis, first five. You and I are aligned. I'm on the first five money line.
Fuck's pitching this game again.
Oh, yeah. All three of your plays are also my plays, too, which
Isn't
scares
that
the living
sick,
shit
dude?
out of me.
Isn't that sick?
Because you did no lab work. Fuck. And I did so much.
Dude, you act like, okay, so like me not doing lab work, all right?
No,
you know
ball. You know
hours
ball. Yeah.
I
No, I
put
know.
in the fucking fan graphs and
You're
baseball
right.
savant this year.
You're right.
A lot more than the average guy. So like I
Yeah.
still have a lot of prior memory.
That's why you're
of,
so sad on Twitter.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Whoa, I'm seeing a TBD, to be decided picture in my MLB TV.
For Lucchese, I mean, it's going to be Lucchese.
Okay.
I'm just going Mets fan. It's like, let's see. Let's go back and just confirm. Yeah, I mean, it's Lucchese.
Okay. Cardinals still hit lefties, and that suck. Next play.
Okay. Orioles.
Orioles.
Yeah.
The
Chaos. That's it.
It's the Orioles versus the A's. Dude, betting this many plays, you just got to just lay the better team 1.5 sometimes. You just have, and this is a spot I'm doing it.
I understand. All right.
This
so
is what
we
I
got...
can kind of get into. I could actually like talk a little bit about this one. So Andrew Heaney, I know he's a big fastball slider guy. The Brewers really make their money this year off breaking balls. No, off speed. Off speed. I'd say that 3 times fast. They make their money off speed this year, and Andrew Heaney is a fastball slider guy mainly. So I like his matchup as well as him being a lefty. I know the Brewers have been better against lefties recently, but I mean all the historical data last 2 years, last year, this kind of same maintained lineup. It's not a really team built to build lefties, which is just crazy to me because they have 8 righties in their lineup against lefties.
I know. They just can't hit them.
I just don't get it, dude. This Brewers team just frustrates me. And then we got Woodruff on the other side. And like I feel like this one I may be getting duped, right? Because like at the end of the day, it's still a Rangers game, and these games tend to go over. And I'm not really necessarily trying to get sharp, but I can see why a lot of people like on this game are trying to get sharp betting this under. And I have a feeling that this could be a dupage. I mean, Woodruff, fucking good, really good. Love that guy. His over strikeouts would have been free if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
Just really, really good pitcher for him. I think he could give this Rangers lineup fits. And I mean, this Brewers bullpen, like people don't talk about the last 2 months. I'm pretty sure like top 3 in every bullpen category there is.
I loved the Woodruff strikeouts prop. It just, I mean, he's going to get a DNP because he's not going to make the starts. But like we see what he is when he's healthy. Like, dude, he would have gotten. I think he could have won the Cy Young this year if he just stayed healthy.
Yeah. And I had Wander Franco over hits. I should have getting DMP'd. I lost, dude. That was a bad pick. Should have handicapped it better.
How'd you not know?
I should have known when they said everyone in the race hates Wander that he probably was a guy that may make rash decisions. But yeah, dude,
I can't get over that.
I'm serious too.
It's just so fucked.
Yeah. I did a 2-teamer at Kyle Tucker hits.
Could have been free.
Was free. Tucker soaring over. I can't remember. I came on this space. I pitched Garcia and Kyle Tucker. He said Kyle Tucker was a dono because he's never hit that line before. Dude, the fucking shift is gone. He's gonna get more hits, dude. Look at him now. He's a 300 batting average, Peter.
He is amazing. He's amazing.
Yeah, you doubted him.
I doubted him.
Yeah.
I doubted the hits line, which I shouldn't have doubted the hits line. Keep going. We got more Mariners.
This is my favorite team now.
Yeah.
Love
You're gonna hate how this game ends up tonight. I already can feel it.
Dude, I'm gonna be pissed that the Angels lost with the hoppy back.
What I was saying, so Colby texted me earlier today, and he's on the Mariners, and I was like, JP France is gonna go 6 innings, 9 hits, 1 earned, 6 walks, 3 Ks. Bryce Miller, 6 innings, 1 hit. It's a grand slam, and the Astros win like 4-2.
It's gonna be that like Kirby start, dude, where you just like had one of the best games I've ever seen pitch with my own eyes.
1-0.
Like, dude, and this face didn't change the entire game. Same like old George Kirby face. Like you just like the whole time. I love it. It's so fun.
He's such a dog.
But yeah, I just said like this is a team I follow quite a bit since like they're kind of became like my love for the Angels, which is dead. It's kind of went on to the Mariners. It's been fun rooting for this team to make the playoffs. It gives me something to watch. Like on a night I don't have action like this week, like just I can get off work. Like I'm looking forward to watch the Mariners game tonight. Like.
Hell yeah.
It's been pretty cool. So I've watched the team a lot, so I have a pretty good idea. So Bryce Miller, like I said, his ERA is inflated due to the amount of just the 2 blow-up starts he had. One against the Yankees, which I bet on him. That was a good bet. And can't remember the other one. But Bryce Miller, him and Wu, kind of this entire Mariners pitching staff, because they all kind of have lefties issue, but especially Wu and Miller with that rising fastball, I guess doesn't really work as well against lefties. But things about this Astros lineup is that they have 2 really good lefties. One got scratched, which is Jordan and Kyle Tucker. And Kyle Tucker's the one that got scratched. They don't really have much lefty presence outside of that.
Yeah.
Unless John Singleton's in. Well, he's a lefty or righty? I don't know.
Yeah, lefty.
Yeah, that guy's generational.
He is good.
Yeah, he's coming up party. Yes, he has 2 career home runs, 2 career grand slams. He has like 2 career grand slams. John Singleton. Okay. One against the Angels in 2015 and one against the Angels in 2023.
You're just, this is just.
But as I was saying, yeah, and they don't have Jordan and Kyle. I mean, they have Jordan. Sorry, they have that guy's probably a hit home run. I said that, but they have Kyle Tucker, and it's really funny because whenever I try to fade the Astros, because like I said, they're a really righty heavy lineup, and against guys who are like really good against righties, I love fading lineups like the Blue Jays and the Astros. But like the thing is, like the comparison to the Blue Jays, like they have no good lefties. But like the Astros have like fucking insanely good lefties. What usually ends up happening is that I fade the Astros because they, that lineup is righty stacked, and then Jordan and Kyle Tucker combined for 5 RBIs. So thankfully, I don't have to worry about Jordan today. And I think Bryce Miller can have a game where he shoves. I mean, it's his crazy stats too. Dude, the Astros is like I was wrong about this. I don't think this team to win the division, and the reason for it, I just saw it, dude. They were like 17th and 5th as a team.
It's their starting pitching. It just has not. I mean, I bet them to win the division.
I did too. I have 3 units off, dude.
Yeah, I bet them they were 15 and 12 at the time. I did not think Luis Garcia would get injured. I did not think Christian Javier would just be like a swing man now. They're still great. And if they get in the postseason, they're still going to be dangerous because they have Verlander, they have Framber, and they have Hunter Brown, and they have they have enough to again win the World Series. But I agree, like the Rangers are just damn good. They are damn good. Getting Scherzer and Monty is huge
all year. I think.
I do not think they're frauds. I've never understood that.
I thought they were frauds all year. Yeah. I thought they were a team with a good offense, but poor pitching. But this deadline getting Chapman, who by the way leads the MLB in FIP.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Chapman. So they're a great team. I was wrong about them, but yeah, Mariners. That was them.
Mariners.
Yeah. So I bet the Tigers in this last game. And I bet them again.
Hell yeah.
I don't know who's pitching. I forgot.
It's Matt Manning against Xavier Curry.
Xavier and Curry, we just heard it like last week where everyone was yelling about how bad Xavier and Curry's advanced stats were and went out and shoved. So he's probably gonna do that again tonight. And it's kind of
now you buy the good news, bad news from last time. I don't know how to say it.
Or it just happens again.
Which
is the most likely scenario. It's probably gonna happen. Because I bet the Tigers in both games, and they're up 3-1 right now, which is probably that. I'm gonna shut up. Let's go on to the next game. Is that it though? Oh, there it is.
Here is Jake Hazen's card up a unit. This could go. Imagine we talking to you on Monday and you went 13-0, or if you go like 4-9.
Oh, it's gonna be funny too. It's gonna be really funny because like on the season 2, like I'm down around like 2 units, like just like as my actual record.
Yeah.
So this is just like everything can either go really right or I'm gonna get put in a hole. There's no chance about money on the air. No chance. But next Friday we're doing it again.
What
We're
could go
doing
wrong?
it again. We're doing it again. Every single game we're taking a bet on sell.
You will have my respect forever because you didn't just do it for the competition. You are actually putting your money where your mouth is. JK's and electricity. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah,
All right, we'll
appreciate
talk to you
it,
soon.
brother. Adios.
Enjoy your weekend.
We'll do.
I don't know where mid-major Matt is. Coward. Here we go. San Francisco team total under 3.5. So it's just Strider masterclass. All right. Houston first 5 over. Bryce Miller, JP France getting killed. 2.5 units. Damn. Boston, New York. First 5 under. Whoa. Johnny Burrito versus Brian Bale. 3-unit bomb for mid-major. Wow. Can we play the Ben video again?
Do you want to get high? Are we going to get high? You want to get high?
No, we don't want to get high.
Wait a second. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's the melody to Funky Town. Won't you take me down?
Then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. If it's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck.
Everything okay here? Fine, except this towel has been mixing Chang sauce for 15 minutes. He's clueless.
Don't call me shoeless. You're shoeless.
Yeah, well, you're a towel.
You're a towel.
All right, that's it. Get out of here. You're fired.
Yeah.
Not him, you.
Oh.
That's the best. Wait, Javon. Hurricane to Anaheim? Is it going to get rained out? No, don't tell me that. No. No. What does that mean? I'm looking at the weather report. Not today. Wait, I don't get it. Tomorrow? Sunday's game in SoCal moved to Saturday. I don't get it. Oh, holy shit. Oh, Sunday. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're good though tonight. Jesus, I might take the Reds against my Jays. I don't like some of the batters against Barrios, Friedel, McLean, De La Cruz, Steer. Could be sneaky good. He's never faced them, but their zones match up well. Good shit, Skitchen. Doubleheaders tomorrow, no games on Sunday due to hurricane. Jeez. Padres, Dodgers, Angels home game is going to be doubleheader. Dang. Ladies and gents, hopefully you have a great weekend. That's the end of stream. End of stream. Love y'all. That's it. Have a great weekend. Angels, Rockies, Cardinals first 5. Prize Picks entry with Tyler Anderson over K's and Charlie Blackmon over bases. And don't sleep on that under. Move down a point. Preseason. Sharp. Means it's not hitting. Appreciate you guys. Not gambling advice. We know this. Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday. And with that, thank you, everybody. Peace. Not gambling advice. Have a great weekend.